All right, people, we are back. We are back. Views on Sport under the lens. We are here again, and I have my sister from another Mister Sunshine C. Thank you ever so much for coming through.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited. Yeah. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The playback gang's good, and like I said, I know a few people will start rolling in once Mr. Man stops his live. But I hope you're well. I hope you're well. You know, I hope everything's good. You know, thank you for taking your time out. And this one, I just kind of like ask you a few questions about your journey, you know, how you first come across your team, things like that, good and bad memories. And then we can kind of get, you know, into some more current stuff after that, if you don't mind, So I normally start by asking about your first exposure to the club and what kind of made you get into United.
Yes. So I'm actually pretty new to the sport. I'm American, so football's not really embedded in our culture as much as in Europe. So, which I think is a disservice to the sport, but that's a conversation for another day. But I was watching the 2022 World Cup, and I was watching every single match. I was just so invested. But I think the match, and I typically would watch the World Cup when it came on every 4 years. But for some reason, this one really stuck with me. But the final match between Argentina and France was so good. I was like, I can't stop watching this sport. Like, where else can I watch football? And the thing is, I knew about Ronaldo for a while. Like, I mean, who didn't know about Ronaldo? And I was really invested with Portugal at the time because of Ronaldo, obviously. And, you know, they got knocked out. And it was really sad. And so I was like, this is going to sound crazy. And I know people don't find this hard to believe, but like, I didn't know what Premier League was. I didn't know anything. So I researched Ronaldo. I'm like, how do I keep watching him? Because I want to keep watching the sport. Now, at the time, it was controversial because before then, he obviously had done the interview with Piers Morgan. And so he was on his way out, which is quite interesting, which is why I always say I feel like United chose me in a sense, because Ronaldo wasn't even staying at that point. Like I had researched and I saw, oh, wow, like he's back at United. I wasn't really sure what that meant. But I did research. Obviously, you see David Beckham, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like I saw the football side of him instead of the pop culture side of him. And then I just looked into, you know, Fergie and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to start watching United play Premier League football. And that's kind of where it started. And I got really invested in the team. And then that kind of sparked that. And I've been watching ever since. So it hasn't been that long, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when trying to remember off the top of my head when Ronaldo kind of was on his way out, as you said, trying to just get the year, but
as you 2022, I think.
Yeah. There
so
you
like
go.
December-ish.
So as you said,
the World Cup was. I'm pretty sure that's when it was.
Yeah, very new, as you said, very new. And what's like a standout good memory for you as a United fan? We'll start with the good first.
Good. I'm gonna name a few quickly. I've been able to go to a preseason match every summer since. So I'm going to Atlanta over the weekend. So that's been cool, just to meet the community and see them in person, because I can't do that during the season. In terms of games, I would say the Liverpool FA Cup win when Ahmad hit the game winner on the goal. That to me sticks out because that's what I experienced.
Right.
Also winning the FA Cup that year, obviously. I would say probably those are the highlights for me. Because that's all I have. So
right. No, I get it. I mean, and I mean, how let me just, before I even ask you about a bad memory, how was the sport getting on in the US now? Obviously, I'm in the UK, I'm in London, but I used to play football. Obviously, lots of boys used to play football, but I used to play semi-professional for my borough, and I went to Denmark, and there was loads of girls from the States. Like, that's the first time I kind of seen
Right.
anyone from America embrace football, and this was like
Right.
year 2000. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This was quite a while ago. So, I mean, like, what's the culture like in the States now for football? Just before I ask you about a bad memory of
Yeah.
United.
I think it depends on where you are geographically. I would say Messi coming to the MLS would help a bit
Mm.
because people are like, "Oh, that's a huge name," you know, and you see a lot of Messi jerseys. The
Yeah.
sporting goods store in my area only sells Messi jerseys. It's quite annoying. Like that's the only one is the Miami Messi. There's nothing else, and I'm like, okay. But in larger cities like LA, New York, obviously there's different types of, it's diversity in race and culture. So there's more people that are into the sport. So me being in Southern Mississippi, nobody really knows what I'm talking about. So, that's why the online community helps for sure.
Yeah. No, I hear that, and I see on one of your socials you've done a nice video opening the fridge or the refrigerator, however you call it. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed that, man. So I mean, just tell me a little bit. In fact, let me ask you about your bad memory first before I get too far off track. Give me like a bad memory that stands out for you as a United fan.
It's funny because one of the first bad memories I had was losing 7-0 to Liverpool. So probably that. And then, I mean, last season was pretty bad Premier League wise, like finishing 15th.
Right.
It doesn't really get much worse than that. So I would say last season, pretty much league wise.
An accumulation of bad memories. I get it, man. And obviously, one of mine is the 8-2. One of mine is also, the Champions League final. Unfortunately, I'm old enough to have remembered and been around for that. But yeah, let me. What is this? Is it Premier League series that's coming over? What's going on there?
Yes, for the summer. Yeah, so it's the summer series that they're doing where now I wish they would have incorporated a bit more, I guess, clout teams. I mean, we have Man United and it's Everton, Bournemouth, and West Ham, and I'm like, okay. So you're just gonna have United fans there? I mean, it's fine because I get to see them because last summer we played Liverpool in America, and I was at that game. It was great. So we lost, but yeah, so I'll be watching us play Everton on Sunday. So
sure. Oh, that's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. No, I'm sure it'll still be good, man. I mean, what is it like? Is it like a all on one day sort of thing? Like you play more than one game, or is it kind of stretched over a few days?
So it's they've played a game already. So they're in Chicago. They were in New Jersey, and then they're in Chicago tonight, and then they're in Atlanta on Sunday. And you get to go. It's nice because, like, for my ticket, United doesn't play till the evening, but you can go to the earlier game also, which I'll probably do.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch football in person a lot, so I'm trying to sit there and watch as much as I can.
Sure. Yeah, no, that'll be good, man. And hopefully, because you guys, I mean, I always say this to my Arsenal fans and Arsenal supporters, you guys, regardless of Europe and stuff like that, you got two people that I had on my shopping list for summer. Obviously we'll get into that. So, surely fans will come out and to see the new signings and stuff like that. You have got two kind of new faces, very good new faces for me. So surely that will bring, I mean, what's the United support like? Because I know the Arsenal support in America is very good. I can only imagine it is for United as well because they're a big club.
Yeah, it's interesting because I actually don't run in unless it's a game. I actually don't really run into United fans. So as Liverpool usually, Chelsea or Arsenal. I would say City sometimes too. And it's funny because City actually has tons of merch everywhere. Like you could walk into a random store and there's a City shirt, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does because I mean, I guess they're one of the best teams currently. But yeah, I think because United kind of is in this downward spiral, trying to find their way. There's no, in terms of fans, I mean, there's not much clout when it comes to like, oh, you're a United fan,
right?
Cool. Everyone wants to do that, you know?
No, well, I mean, I'm always interested to find out because obviously, you know, I'm in the group in WhatsApp with Jimmy's Chelsea. I know there's a Chelsea contingent.
Yep.
There must be a United contingent, and obviously United is a massive club, so I'm sure there is. But as you said, you know, where you are, massive place, different states, it must be crazy. So let's talk about now, man. I mean, as we alluded to, you know, we finished 15th, or you finished 15th last season. You know, what how do you rate the summer? You know, what's the current aims and goals going into next season? I put a poll in the chat saying, you know, will you guys make the Euro places? Obviously I'll ask you, you know, that's what I'm asking you now. What's your aims? You know, is it top 4? Is it Europe? Am I being too, I don't know, too
top 4?
stingy, too generous?
Don't insult me. Top 4? Come on now. That's a great question, and I don't know if I can fully answer that until the summer's over. I've said, though, up until this point, and say what you want, I'm like top 10, and then we'll probably fall anywhere from 6th to 10th.
Right.
And depending on how and here's the thing, we do have somewhat an advantage because we don't have Europe, right? So that should help us be able to find a way to get into at least Europa League. There's no excuse for that. I feel like, so I'm saying top 10, anywhere 6th to 10th, hope 5th, but we struggle with our attack, and in order to get that top spot, you got to be able to score goals. And the fact that your new striker scored more than our team combined last season tells you everything you need to know. So yeah, I'm really happy with who we have, though. I'm happy with Cunha and happy with Mbeumo, of course. And I'm the striker position, I would prefer someone a little bit more experienced. But we'll see what happens. And of course, our midfield is in shambles as well, so we would need help there. And then I would say striker, midfielder, and then if we get lucky, a goalkeeper. But that's not a priority for me.
Right. It's not okay. It's not, because obviously I know Onana's been getting a lot of stick. I mean, I don't watch him week in, week out, so I can't jump out the window and say, oh, he's great or he's bad. I mean, as a United fan, are you happy with it?
With Onana?
Yeah.
No. I mean, no, you can't be happy with that, of course, but if we can find a way to get a score and have a more cohesive, controlled midfield, we can handle that lapse for the next summer. I think, because defensively we're solid, in my opinion. I like who we have on defense. I feel very confident. I feel like the only thing that sucks for them is they do tend to overcompensate much because they are dealing with Onana. Like I know sometimes Heaven or Euro will like overshoot or overcompensate or do too much because they got man in the back. So
look at why I said I'm happy with Onana. Look at this guy. Make sure you guys are following Sunshine as well. Link is pinned. Obviously, name is in the description. We are over on Twitch as well. So big up Why Not, big up Sham, big up Dave, big up Latimus in the building. Hi. Hello. So yeah, man. I mean, look, I feel like your situation's kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's like ours. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. It's not like ours in terms of like money that can be spent, because I mean, we can spend the money, we just don't want it. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone keeps raving in my fan base about how good of a window we've had so far, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Apart from the striker, of course, you know, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by it. And I still think we need, because we've let like 9 players go. I mean, you guys are having a problem at the minute, kind of getting rid of the players. I mean, talk to me about that. What's the prospect of? I mean, what's the next step? Because now you've been linked with Sesko. I mean, do you have to sell to get Sesko?
Yes, I think we have to try to sell Garnacho or an Antony, or like I think Malacia is on the table as well. There's a few players that we have to sell in order to help get Sesko in. I think, and even what they've bid is a bit too high in my opinion. But I mean, I guess that's a United tax. I don't know if that's just a curse that we have, but I do think that we have to sell. But at the same time, if I ask you this question as a neutral, who would want to buy them? I wouldn't. Unless you're, obviously Antony did good at Real Betis. Like, I'm not saying, I think if I bought someone, it would be Anthony, right? I'm not going to buy Garnacho because it comes with his brother. It comes with all the mess. Like some of the stuff is like, I wouldn't want to deal with it personally if I was a club.
Right.
Same.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, because we got lots of players. I mean, it's just been announced like in the last day that we might be keeping Zinchenko and the likes of Trossard and even Martinelli. And as Arsenal fans, we want rid of these guys. But I only think that's because Calafiori, he's injured and maybe it's a little bit worse than what they're letting on. So I mean, we're kind of in the same boat. I mean, we got Kai Havertz. Arteta's died on that hill a little bit. The massive wages. So yeah, I mean that's probably why. But with us, it's a little bit different. Like I said, 9 players have left our squad. Players that would usually be involved as well. With you, it's a little bit different. But there is the prospect there. And even though us fans might think, who would buy these lot? The moment that they go on sale, a team always pops up from somewhere. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if it's Chelsea, it's us. If it's Man United, Garnacho is Chelsea. They keep getting with him, and so yeah. I mean, I feel like there's still quite a lot of the window to go. 2 players in. I mean, how would you rate it? Talk to me.
I'm sorry. If you finish the season 15th, the worst finish in your club's history, your -10 goal difference, you have 44 goals on the season. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, I'm expecting you to be like, that was unacceptable. We got to get players in. We got to turn things around because we can't do that again. Like, if you're expecting to be one of the biggest teams in England, that's what everyone keeps saying. We're not moving that way. And it's not giving serious. It's not giving like, we're trying to get back in it. I'm not saying I'm expecting us to be top 4. I am expecting you to be like, that was embarrassing. We got to fix it immediately, which is why I like Cunha and Mbeumo, because they have that experience to them. They can help start a trend and get it going so that we can bring in a younger player in those positions that they can kind of help and they can learn from, which is why we prefer a striker like, in my opinion, Mateta. Or I'm okay with Watkins, right? Somebody like that who's a bit older instead of another project. We already have too many projects in that 9. It's okay because there is experience around him, right? But like, I'm scared that like it's going to be too much pressure, for him, like it's been for Rasmus.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to Rasmus either, but that's where we are.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, I know quite a few Man United fans, especially living in London. There's loads of them down here, so I mean, they complain to me a lot about Rasmus. I mean, I expected him to do a little bit more, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't judge. I don't watch him every week. I mean, is the stick that he gets justified or
1000%? You can't be a 9 at Manchester United and you can't even control the ball when it comes to you off a pass. There's no first touch. He gets the ball and it's like he sticks his hands out and he's trying to control the player. Like, it's like I'm watching a 5-year-old playing football for the first time, trying to. I'm trying. I mean, that sounds really crazy, but like, that's what it looks like. And then if he can't control it, he falls on the floor. So you're getting paid. If your contract was 80 mil, my dude, like I can't pay 80 mil to build you up. Like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah. No, I get it. I feel like that with Havertz, but I mean, we've got somewhat of a return. Nothing to shout, nothing to go, crazy about, but there is somewhat of a return. But I feel the same way. Most of his time is spent on the floor. Bad first touch as well. He might do 1 or 2 good things in the game, and then it's just like totally crap. But we are obviously in the transfer window. So who's on your shopping list? Who's kind of realistic? What would be the next moves for Man United? Obviously you guys are targeting Sesko. Is that going to be it, or is there going to be anything more to happen in this window for you?
So yeah, I am seeing that. I saw something earlier today though that said that Amorim preferred Watkins over Sesko, so I'm hoping that can kind of maybe sway the decision a bit. But I think that's going to be the next thing after we potentially sell somebody. And then I can't remember where or who, but there was a midfielder we were linked to from Sporting, I want to say.
Right.
I just don't remember his name, but I saw that yesterday. So I'm assuming and thinking after the 9, we're getting a midfielder. That's my hope, but that's kind of how I think things are going. Right. And then, of course, there's the rumors about we've been linked with Emi Martinez a lot for goalkeeping. There was another goalkeeper we've been linked to. So those are coming and going.
Donnarumma. Yeah, Donnarumma as well. You guys.
Yeah, Donnarumma. That's right. Yeah.
I think that'll be that. You know, even Martinez. I think that kind of steps you up in the goalkeeping area like a lot. Do you know what I mean? You know, because I was worried at one point because I thought, wow, because like I said, as an Arsenal fan, I had Cunha on my shopping list and Mbeumo on my shopping list, Gyökeres on my shopping list. Who else did I want? Eze was there. So 2 of them went to you guys like relatively soon in the window. So I was like, oh my days. Imagine like even without Europe, you know, you guys can still attract decent players. So
but you guys are still trying to get somebody, right? Like I think I've seen, I mean, were you trying to get Eze Rodrigo or did that just die off?
Oh my god. Well, the thing that happens with Arsenal is they dangle us the prom queen, and usually we go home with something that's a lot different. Let me try and be respectful. Do you know what I mean? That's usually what happens. And they told us goosebumps, sunshine. They said goosebumps. And for me, it's looking a little bit more like hives. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving Gyökeres, because that was the player I wanted, right? Because when it was between him and Sesko, I'm loving Gyökeres. Don't get me wrong. That's who I wanted. But it comes with the caveat. If Leipzig weren't so greedy, right? If Leipzig weren't so greedy and want so much money for him, I think that we would be looking at Sesko at Arsenal this summer. I honestly do. Wow. Okay. Really do. Because when at the time when we were kind of going between 2 strikers, not only was it everyone reporting that it was Arteta's guy, but they were also saying that Berta also likes him as well. So I'm like, oh my God, we're definitely getting him. And don't get me wrong, I don't think he's a bad striker. It's just for what we need at this point. And what, say, you or Liverpool or Chelsea is different. It's completely different. So I'm happy with it. But other than that, I mean, you know, Zubimendi's a 50-50 for me because while I have seen him play well for Spain, you know, I watched him against you guys. And Casemiro bodied him for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like, you know, and it's been a bit 50-50. And then the rest of the guys was not on my shopping list. That they were mystery, you know, open up your advent calendar and here comes Madueke. Do you know what I mean?
That's diabolical. I'm sorry.
Diabolical. And you know, in our reign, I think it's the 7th time we've done the raccoon and jumped in their trash can. So you know, but at the end of the day, he's here now. All I can do is hope that he does well. But I'm scared that he's going to be our left winger. So that only really leaves us to get some sort of, you know, attacking midfielder. Hopefully we get Eze. But what they're saying to us now is that now we re-sign Ethan, you know, maybe the need isn't so much. Maybe we need to get rid of players. But for me, that's smoke and mirrors. Because like I said, 9 players have gone. Only 6 have come in. We're good PSR. We're good with money. We've made profit 3 seasons in a row. You know what I mean? So I'm just not as excited. Like when I look at your guys, if I'm looking at it like stakes, like you guys have got 2 stakes. Arsenal have got 1 stake. Do you know what I mean? The rest of them is backup guys. You got 2 guys that come in and affect your first team straight away. Do you know what I mean? So that's the way I see it as an Arsenal fan. Everyone's going to see things differently. Maybe you are thinking, oh, there's 6 players coming in. Yeah, but behind the scenes, 9 have left. So we're still short, you know. So, yeah, man. I mean, who would you like to see come in? Who would be a dream for you? Even if you could only, you know, 1 or 2 players left, you know, who would you get in?
Like dream?
Yeah.
Obviously, like I wanted Gyökeres, right? Like I think him having played with Amorim, like the fact that he didn't want to go to Amorim, it's like red flag kind of, because I'm like, that's kind of weird. I love Vitinha, so I would love a midfielder like that at my club for sure. And if I had him with Cunha and Mbeumo, I don't know, I think I would pass away. So that's probably that. And honestly, like Emi Martinez is somebody that you either hate or you're like okay with. With what's available,
he's good.
I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I'm still upset that you don't play for my club, because Ray is a little bit shaky. Ray is a little bit shaky, and then obviously, now we've got Kepa. But for me, we're just helping Chelsea out again because Bournemouth sent him back, and then they went to Chelsea for Petrovic. So it's like, well, damn, if they don't even want him, why are we taking him? And that's the second, that's two players from Chelsea in the same window. It's sacrilege in my opinion. But no, Vitinha would be great, and obviously Gyökeres, Cunha, and Mbeumo. At one point, I was scared that's what I was going to see on August 17th.
I was like, there's no way this is happening.
I was having nightmares, right? I'm like, Inception with the totem. I'm like, am I dreaming in the totem? Because I'm like, what is going on? I can't believe it. Imagine if that would have been
him and Saka could cook. It just depends on who you have on the other side. But like, I feel like that's really good too. I can't lie. Like, that's gonna cook if you have somebody else.
Right, but we're a bit lopsided. That's what we're still lopsided.
Yeah.
I mean, is Madueke? I mean, look, for you as an outsider, I ask my chat this all the time. As an outsider, does Madueke start over Martinelli?
No.
And that's my point. You know what I mean? That's my point. You know what I mean? So, yes, I mean, it might be a different option to bring on backup for Saka, but you don't pay 50 plus on backup. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Let me just big up Latimer's Prime in the chat. He's saying defenders having to overcompensate for the goalkeeper. Yes, I know exactly how that feels. Chelsea have Sanchez. Big up, man. And let me just big up Sham again, LFC. I came here for Sky, of course. She's well loved on the internet. I will subscribe to your channel views. Thank you ever so much. We just hit 2K not long ago, so thank you ever so much, everyone, man. We really appreciate it.
Congrats, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's taken a while, we've been around about a year, but we got there. We got there in the end, you know what I mean? So we're there. Big up everyone. I really appreciate it. Sham's bigging up Prime. Tappings are going round, and of course the appreciation from the lady herself, man. So if you had we're going into Harry Potter time, because I always like to say Leviosa, because that's how quickly we rose up the money for Madueke. Yeah. With Gyökeres we was haggling. I don't know what was going on with that, but your time, Sky, Harry Potter time, you got the magic wand. 3 things, it could be players, culture, anything, 3 immediate things that you would change at Man United.
If it was my way, Bruno would have gone to Saudi and we would have got that money. That's 1.
Okay.
2, can I do anything?
Whatever, it's a safe space.
The Glazers are gone.
Boom.
3, that should probably have been 1 actually. So that's 1. Glazers are gone. Bruno got sold. And then I'm trying to think what I would do for a 3rd thing. I would say probably sign. I would want that midfielder, so I'd probably say get Vitinha in there since we got rid of Bruno, and then I think our club would be better.
Yeah. I mean, I get guests that come on and basically say more or less the same thing. Some people have said, I think GVO Mike's West Ham. He said he changed the colors in the new ground. Make it more West Ham colors, little things like that.
Like Burgundy?
Yeah. Oh. Like, yeah. I mean, I've worked at the London stadium quite a lot, so I think it's quite nice. But I mean, for him, if someone used to go to Upton Park, maybe it means a little bit more. And I know what that's like, having moved from Highbury over to the Emirates. For me, I definitely want us to embrace the atmosphere a lot more, because the clubs say that on the outside at Arsenal, but they'll happily come and tell you to be quiet when you're inside the ground. So yeah, that's a bit horrible. Yeah, that's a bit horrible, man. Obviously, in your eyes, I was asking for we was talking about, trying to maybe get from 6th to 10th, maybe. I think that's pretty realistic. Pretty realistic. I've heard some Man United fans saying, if, and I know they were kind of on the wave of Cunha and Mbeumo, Gyökeres, top 4, things like that. But I've even heard some Arsenal fans, Sky, say, watch out for United next year. I mean, I said based on what? Because obviously, I haven't watched your preseason games yet, but only 2 players across the line. I mean, is it a money thing? Is it a stadium? I mean, talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely money. We definitely need money. Like, that's a given. And not being in Europe, we're losing that extra money for sponsors. Like there's a lot going on that, we just don't have the money for. So definitely that. But I think here's the thing, like people talk about United, they don't understand like how bad we were going forward. You guys don't get it. Like we were so bad, like to the point where I felt like we couldn't even pass to one another. Like, so I can't say top 4 because we still don't have a decent striker. So we could pass to Mbeumo and Cunha, and they can maybe get 1 or 2 goals on their own. But still, at the same time, you need that person up front. If they can't score, if they don't know what they're doing, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, honestly. Like Bruno and everybody can only do so much. Like, God bless you, thank you for everything you've done, but like, that's not their job. Like, Bruno shouldn't have to carry 20 goals a season or whatever to help us win. Not that he even did that last season, but like, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Right. But I mean, and where is Cunha coming in to kind of play a 10 role, or is he gonna so he's not so, and you still kind of have who's kind of on the left hand side of your attack?
So
how you play all together?
Yeah, so actually he's had from preseason so far, he's had Cunha on the left and then Ahmad.
Wow, okay.
So
I like him though. I like Ahmad.
Yeah, for sure. So for me, Cunha can't play the 9. Obviously, he did that at Wolves. I think that's okay. The thing is, and Amorim said this in the interview, so I'm going to hold him to it. You can rotate. You're supposed to adjust to who you're playing. That's obvious. So if one match, it might be better to switch things up and maybe have, Mbeumo and Ahmad in the 10 and Cunha at the 9. Then you do that. But putting him at the 9 every single match is stupid because that's not where he shines.
Right.
And the bright spots of our preseason matches have been Cunha. They have. Like, he's so aggressive. Like, it's kind of jarring because I'm not used to somebody being so, like, give me the ball and I'm going to turn it, I'm going to go. And that he's always looking for the ball. He's always making a run.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, I think it sometimes throws off the team because they're either not ready or they're too far behind or he overshoots the pass because nobody's there yet. So, like, you're going to take an adjustment.
Yeah. But we wasn't ready.
Exactly.
They were no, and listen, I wanted Cunha even more than I wanted Mbeumo. For me, I'm like, we need our number 10 to be like, storming, crashing the box, doing it all, wanting the ball, trying to score goals, doing the lot. And I really feel like you've got one there with that one, man. So, I mean, at least you've got more than just kind of like one person that you're looking at 4 goals. And Bruno, as much as people don't like him, he is a clutch player for United. Do you know what I mean? He does score goals. He scores important goals as well, and he turns up a lot of the time for you guys. What do you think about Amorim? Do you think he's because me, I was just picturing it like an idiot, like it was Arsenal with Gyökeres and then Mbeumo and then Cunha on the left. That is totally not how it is. He's more. Is it a 3-5-2? What does he play? What the formation?
It's like he has 3 at the back, so it's like a. I'm trying to think. I don't even know how he does. He's just like a goalkeeper, and then the 3 at the back, 4-2-1, kind of.
Right. So it's not your typical 3-5-2.
Because you have the 2 wing backs, and then you have the pivot in the midfield. So there's 4. There's a line of 4 right there. Yeah.
I mean, for me, looking on sometimes, obviously, because I don't watch you week in, week out, but I do obviously frequent the games, the big games against Arsenal, stuff in Europe. It kind of looks a little bit confusing. Especially when you guys got Dorgu, because obviously Amorim was crying out for a left wing back, got him, and then played him on the right hand side. I thought that was a bit like Arteta, because a load of times I'm looking at Mikel and I'm like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, how is Amorim for you? Does it make sense to you? Can you see what he's trying to do?
That's a good question. Sometimes I can. Right. Sometimes I can. But I feel like managers come to United and they lose themselves. Same could be said for Erik ten Hag. I feel like I'm removed from Ten Hag. Amorim is very smart, and I feel like he knows football and he knows what he's doing, which is something I couldn't say for Erik ten Hag, in my opinion.
Right.
So I know what he wants to do. I just feel like, I don't know if it's a United thing, but he doesn't know how to implement it. Whether it's like he freaks out because there's too much pressure, or like, because he'll die on hills. Like, he'll die on a Hoyland has to be like in the front, or Garnacho has to play in the 10, or I have to play Casemiro. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You can rotate. You don't have to start Bruno every game. Like, so to an extent, I like him. I like him as a person. I feel like he comes across very professional. So I like that side of him as a manager off the pitch, but on the pitch, I question things sometimes. And then his substitutions can be a little bit weird. So I mean, you finished 15th last season, so I want him to do well, but I don't think it's going to be the one to get the job done, if that makes sense.
Right. And before I jump into these comments, excuse me, big up, especially for all of the people coming in. Shane's probably finished. Big up him. Make sure you're smashing the like. Make sure you're subscribing to my guest, man. You can hear that she's holding herself very well. Go and show her some love. Her name is in the description, and her link is pinned. So make sure you go and show the guest some love. So obviously it's almost like your club gave Amorim a bit of a free hit. I mean, that's what it looks like from the outside in for last season. How is it going to be this season? I mean, if you guys get to Christmas and you're kind of displaying the same, you know, and I'm not saying you're going to, I'm just exploring the options, because I know what it's like. We'll talk about Arsenal, your view, and my club after. But, you know, what's the pressure like for Amorim? Because I'm hearing people like Bance is like, I think he's had it. Do you know what I mean? And Rant, I think he's had it, and a couple of other United fans that I know that are in the group chat have had enough of him. Some of them are saying no, you know, he hasn't got his players in yet. Where's he at? I mean, do you feel like if he gets to Christmas, he'll still be all right if you guys are not doing well, or will he get the whole season? What do you reckon?
So, two things, I guess, when it comes to managers that frustrate me with United. The first thing, and that I think some clubs do well, like I could see maybe Chelsea does this well, and I've said this multiple times. Your ownership and your board have to know what their identity is. If they don't know the kind of football that they want to play, you're screwed, because you're going to get yourself stuck in a black hole where you're recruiting for the manager instead of what you want to be. So because they were all in for Erik ten Hag, they recruited for him. Obviously, we have Ajax 2.0. He gets sacked. So now we're screwed because we're stuck with players who aren't good enough that we don't even want. So now you have a new manager in who plays a different style of football, and some of those players won't be successful. So it's good to know your identity, because then Cunha, someone like that, could play with anybody, I feel like. So if you're going to not know your identity, at least get players who are able to adjust and have some sort of tech and IQ to be like, I can play this way, I can play it back three, I can play, you know, I don't know, anything. That's where I think United is struggling, because we're recruiting for managers instead of being like, who are we? What do we want to be? Right?
Who are we? Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, Amorim said something when he first got here that stuck with me. It was, I need you to give me time, but in order to get that from you as fans, I understand that I have to win. So he said that in literally his first interview. That stuck with me, because bet. Right? If you want me to give you time, at least win, which is something in Europe he did. I'll give him that. But in the league, absolutely not. So our first 5 games are Arsenal, right? Burnley, I think. Arsenal, Burnley, Chelsea, City, and I'm missing one. I think it's Fulham.
Damn.
If we don't do something those first 5 games, I know all I need to see.
I feel like I'm talking back to myself almost, because Arsenal fans are saying that, especially people on my side, because you get, Arsenal fans, I'm pretty sure you're well aware, it's almost like a civil war. You got your top, you got your bottoms, you got your kind of in-betweens and all this kind of stuff. And people on my side of the defense seem to feel that, yes, if we don't get off to a good start, because that's basically what happened last season. And we were kind of like you, even though you might see it like a million miles away, it's the same thing. We just wasn't, yes, we wasn't as bad in the league, but I don't think we won anything more than like 3-4 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? That's just not
Right.
championship quality. Do you know what I mean? But I was slowly thinking, you know, if you can get your Mbeumo, your Cunha, I did think it might be Gyökeres at one point. I'm not going to lie, because I really thought we were going to
We
get
all thought
Sesko.
that. Trust me.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, if they get those three and then you ain't got no Europe, you know, you guys could really, really do something like under the radar. That was the kind of feeling. Now it's kind of changed a little bit, but I don't feel like it's all the way gone, because regardless of what I said about Sesko coming to my club, what he does going to your club is a whole lot different. I'm sure you'd much rather, you know, 6'5" Sesko than Højlund, and Sesko, you know, as much as I see Højlund kind of, and he's a big boy as well, Højlund, like pause, but you know, he kind of he's on the floor a lot, just like Havertz. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Sesko, I don't really see that when I watch him play. Surely Sesko does improve the attack. I mean,
I hope so.
how realistic do you think that is?
Of him improving it? It's
No.
funny you ask, because
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Getting him, and then whether he actually, you know, obviously he improves the attack, but
right.
For both, how realistic is it, you know, for you to get him, and then how does he improve your attack?
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, I feel like that's who we're going to get. Based off of everything I'm seeing online, Ornstein keeps tweeting things about him. Fabrizio keeps tweeting things. I think we're going to get him. I just don't know how or when or how much it is going to be, because we haven't sold anybody yet.
Right.
But I think him over a Watkins and anybody else who we're linked to, that seems the more realistic option. If that's the case, I do think he improves. I'm just, I'm nervous. I know everything's a risk. Even Gyökeres is a risk, right? Because he doesn't know Premier League.
Yep.
I'm nervous that he's still not the caliber of a striker we need, and it's another potential project, which it's just a risk. It's a risk. But like you said, I can have hope that at least he doesn't have to deal with Garnacho and a Rashford on the side of him. You know? So if he has Cunha and Mbeumo, okay, I think that 1000% helps him, and he could cook.
Yes. Listen, I've always said that he's got potential. He's got potential, but yes, you know, just at where we are, because like I said, us as a club, we need like someone to really lead the line for us. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Sesko, with kind of Cunha behind him and Mbeumo up there with him, I actually think it can cook. I mean, what do you think of, you know, because I was talking about Man United's pool. Newcastle's got Champions League, and it looks like he's going to come to use
it. Just signed Ramsdale. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's the relegation curse. We as Arsenal fans know that, and I don't know how he keeps getting Premier League clubs. I'm baffled.
And this is why I can see, if I was Isak, like, I don't, from a professional sense, I don't agree with the fact that you're just ghosting them and not showing up to anything. But I understand it in the sense of, like, you want me to be here when we're going to Champions League with this team? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy, because I was talking to Specs and obviously Geordie Dredd, Newcastle fan, and we've been on panels, and he's been like, no, we're good, PSR. This is the year. This is the year, you know, like Unleashed, Jet Li, we're taking off the collar. This is the year we're gonna go mad. And I'm like, well, I hope I see it, because I really thought that they could challenge if they actually, and they've only got Elanga so far, and now Ramsdale, here we go for. So it's crazy to me, man. But, and I'm with you, and let me not, because I don't want to be a hypocrite, because Gyökeres done the same thing, you know, AWOL or whatever he was doing, kicking.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that personally.
Right. No, and Shane, big up Shane Guna. Obviously, you know, my subscribers will know who he is. He was saying that as well. He didn't like it. I just, you know what I was doing? I was doing the scene in the Matrix, you know, when he's cutting the state, ignorance is bliss. Yeah. That's what I was doing. Because for once, right? Because for once, I don't care how it happened. I've got the player that I wanted at my club. I thought he was going to you. Arteta nearly got away with going to get Sesko. I promise you. I promise you. we need to, you know.
That's like Kai Havertz, like 2.0.
Oh my God. But like I said, when I was really thinking, damn, we might actually get this guy, I had to go and watch him again and watch him again and watch him again. Like I said, he has got very good footwork. He's got very good close control, but he's not an out-and-out striker. But that might be something that you need with a Cunha off him, with an Mbeumo, maybe an extra midfielder that you might get, you know, if you can manage to get rid of players, man. What about you? What about you and your channel? Let us know kind of what happens over on your channel, what Man United fans can look forward to, things like that.
Yeah, well, thanks again for this conversation. I love being able to talk to people about their club and about the sport. Yeah, so I've had my channel maybe 2 years now, and I talk about a lot of things. Obviously, Man United is the key component of my channel, but I'll watch anything in terms of watch-alongs. I'll do vlogs, like Premier League vlogs of like an American, Premier League fan on the weekend kind of thing. Just like anything to give insight into a football fan overseas.
Of course.
Yeah. I do panel shows. I do a weekly show with Sophia from Sophia's Football Talk. So I'm trying to incorporate more. I'm hopefully going to start an all-woman Premier League panel this upcoming season, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just try and find, different ways, because I feel like it can kind of be an echo chamber.
Right.
And I'm sure you felt like this way, especially as a creator, because like I love this community, because I feel like from what I've experienced, everyone's been very helpful. They'll ask you to come on their channel. But sometimes I feel like we're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to kind of like find a different route. So, we're all I'm sure you've thought this a million times yourself. So
yeah, I got a couple ideas in the woodwork.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, pad it all out and see how it's going to work. I've got a couple things that I don't want to just, I don't want to let slip just yet.
Yeah.
But a little idea that I want to do, because that's the one thing I don't do. I mean, I do this. It's like a one-on-one show, because especially I want to hear from a guest, and it's always good to collaborate and to hear from other fans and stuff like that. But I don't kind of do my own panel show or anything like that. So maybe that's something that's going to come, but maybe with a bit of a twist. Like I said, I'm not going to say exactly what it is just yet, but something to look forward to. While I've got you here, I mean, if anyone, for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, you've got any questions for Sky, get them in. Just going to run through a couple of these comments, if that's all right with yourself. Why not say in our views, we blew our mad away, load balling on budget pot of paper. That's a UK rapper, by the way. United, Arsenal, horrible summers. I mean, I can't argue with it. I mean, some Arsenal fans are going berserk. Oh, we got 6 players, because they're not used to us doing that. But you've got to look at the other stuff. You really do. And for United, I think this is pretty, because I mean, last summer was a lot better in terms of numbers. But I feel like you've even bettered last summer for me as an outsider, because of the quality. You've only got 2, but the quality. Let me do that. Let me not flip you off. But because of the quality of players that you've got in.
Yeah. I
mean, how do you feel it compares to the previous summer?
Oh, well, here's the thing. I really liked who we got. I love Mazraoui. For me, I'm such a bulldog in terms of a player who's consistent and works hard is like everything to me. So I like De Ligt. Xerxes is kind of, I think he hopefully find his way but I liked last summer. But obviously, those 2 are a bit more impactful for me this summer. So I would say this summer's better, but I thought both were okay.
Right. That's fair play. I can't argue with that. Shams saying, yes, it's justified, especially after going on a 20-game goal drought. Sorry it's taken so long to get to it, but I always like to speak to my guests first. Sometimes the comments get a little bit upset that I'm taking too long. United have 2 9s who don't score, about to get Slovenia home. Look at this guy.
Don't tell me those things.
Yeah, look at this guy. Big up Dio, man, in the house said, come on, View, Sociedad are not a good team. Well, I'm just saying, innit? They're not, but, I don't watch them week out either, So I did watch them when they, when they played United, I wasn't impressed. So we'd have to wait.
I think we were all shocked, because everyone said we were going to get cooked, because if I'm not mistaken, they were like 4th in the Liga at the time. So
okay.
It wasn't like, some bummy team. We were like, oh.
Yeah. No, I'm with it. And listen, and people were saying that United might lose to Sociedad. So obviously you did your thing.
We all thought that.
Yeah, exactly. You did, you did your thing. And like I said, Casemiro bodied him. And we're talking about Zubimendi. So, but big up Gabriel.
Otherworldly. that game.
That game, you know what I mean? So that's just, I'm just saying what I saw, people. I'm just saying what I saw. Like I said, big up Gavin each and every time. Big up Views, Higher Sunshine. Big up Gavin. Sesko, Philly, Red Devil.
He's trying to run a Sesko agenda on me. He's trying to put the prop. It's not going to work.
Hey, but listen, man. I mean, Newcastle are going to just be pissed. I mean, they wanted Ekitike. Liverpool said, nope, we're taking him. You know, we might even take Isak. Then they said, we're going to go for Sesko. United said, no, we're taking him. It's crazy. You know,
have you talked to a Liverpool fan recently? They're terrible to talk to right now.
I know. I have to use your name. I sing that every day. Walking on, I sing that every day. I said that it must be good to be a Liverpool fan. As an Arsenal fan, I'm like, can I just have that for one summer? Just
I
one.
know. Just and the fact that they could still get Isak, it's not done. It's crazy.
Drake said it's back to back. Drake said, like, just can we just start? We all go on what do they call it? A sabbatical. We're going on a sabbatical for a year. And we start the next season. You know what I mean? Because they're taking the mick, man. Work scored today, so yeah, I know they're going to be unbearable. Big up Dio. Does Chinks know this is happening? Well, he should do. He should do. I mean, I had to. You know, we had to rearrange to begin with, but I did repost it and I did put out a notification, so hopefully everyone knows. Like I said, big up Wahaha, good day Views, Sky Chat, big yourself up. Shane Radio, I knew that he had finished. Big up Shane, Wahaha, Shams bigging you up. Kwaja, nice to have you in here. Make sure you guys are subbing to my guest though. Don't just come and say hello. Make sure you are clicking the link, it's pinned, or the name in the description. Big up Views and the panel. Well, it's just me and my guest today, man. But big up Kwaja, big up Gavin, nice to have you in, my guy. Big up Paul, Shane Raid, big him up, man. Big up Joseph, big up each and every time. Yep, Shane Raid. Big up AFC always. Ain't seen you for a bit, mate. He said Views and Sky, big up. Hope you're well. Smash the likes and subscribe to the channel, everyone. Yes, and subscribe to Sky. Also, Andrew, Shane Raid, nice to have you in. Ain't seen you for a bit. Hope you're well, mate. And Jay, the real one as well, man. Big up Views and Sky. Hope you're good. Shane Raid, yeah, I thought so. Like and subscribe, yeah, man. Please like and subscribe, and do the same for my guest, man. Absolutely enjoyed this conversation. Hendo in the building as well. Good evening. Views on Sports, Sunshine FC, all watching. Shane Raid, big up, man. Wahaha saying free Hoyland to Arsenal. No. We have a bad time taking Chelsea's rejects, man. We can't say any more rejects. But every time I hear about Garnacho or Jackson, I get worried. The PTSD is real with me, you know. I get really worried, you know. I think Garnacho's gonna go, and I think he's gonna go to Chelsea. What do you think on that, Scott?
Oh, 100. As long as we don't do a loan deal with Jackson, I would love for him to go to Chelsea. 100%.
And you're
make it happen.
What about Jackson?
No.
No.
I literally say they're just two cheeks of the same bum. God, so like that's what they are.
Oh, Jackson. Oh yeah, when I heard that because Fabrizio keeps talking about Jackson, I'm saying stop talking about Jackson, because I get scared, man. The spidey senses start tingling. It starts to get real. Big up Dre. Appreciate you being in the building today. Said fix up that stadium, should be on the wish list as well. I think they are doing it. It. Is that a reason why there might not be so much in the coffers for transfers, do you think?
I think so, but if I'm not mistaken, I was told that they're getting help from the government somehow. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's not all United funding. I think the government's involved. Like,
damn.
So.
Damn, I wish that was around when we was doing Arsenal. When we moved to the Emirates, I think it went from like, someone will correct me, from like around 200 and something to like 480 or something like that. Yeah. And we had to kind of regenerate the area, and I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Stop the leaks. Look at J Real One. Look, get Ten Hag back. No, well, I saw a funny cartoon today of it was obviously in jest of a United team, Amarim, watching the Champions League. I don't know if you saw it, and they were showing all the other teams, and they were going across the line: Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, and then they had Ten Hag with Leverkusen, and that made me laugh. I can't lie. It made me laugh, but I laugh at my own club as well.
Yeah.
I take the mick out of my own club. But big up Jay. Knowing Fraudetta Wahaha Hoyland will be a deadline day loan deal. I wouldn't be.
Oh my gosh, there's no way.
Like, big up Hendo. I mean, listen, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. I think my
Not
club
when you
might
still
be,
have Havertz. That's his star
oh,
boy. It's not happening.
oh my God. My club will probably be the first to have, and Shane said this first. Do you guys call it a kiss cam in the
Oh yeah.
States? Yeah, that'll be the first, but we call it the win cam, you know, with our dog, you know. Yeah, that we're gonna be the first to have that shit. We're not a football club anymore, we're a culture, you know, we're like BET or something, you know what I mean? It's
Oh god.
crazy. We got Jay said sell Ahmad to Arsenal. I mean, I'd take Ahmad. He's probably one player I definitely would take, but they wouldn't sell him to us. Let's not be silly. Big up Dio, because Dio, he's like Sesko's agent. He that's the one thing, because me and him, we don't agree on everything. One thing we didn't agree on was Sesko, but like I said, it was just for the timing. But he is really like, he thinks Sesko will get at least like 17 goals in the league.
That's half of what we had as a team last year, so I'll take it.
Right. So, you know, he is Dio. He, you know, he said if United get Sesko and Martinez, they will be good. See, because like I said, he really believes in Sesko. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people actually do. And wouldn't it be funny if you get Sesko, we get Gyökeres, and your guy scores and our guy don't? Wouldn't that be funny? You know
I'm not saying anything, because the way that I would be so shameless would need to be studied.
Oh man, and I know, and look, and I've seen your videos. I like your videos. I think you're creative, you know, so carry on with that. Strive to be even more creative. Do you know what I mean? And I think like you could even get even further and better. You know what I mean? Especially things like with the refrigerator and stuff like that. But you know, like, yeah, man, you know, like you have to laugh sometimes or you'll cry. And you know, as an Arsenal fan, a lot of our fans we battle with, they're like, oh, we're not bantered anymore, you know, we don't get beat by the top 6 teams. I'm like, bro, we get bantered all the time, like for being the bridesmaid. Like, do you not see it? You know, but some people cope in different ways, Sky. I don't know. What's the United? Do you have like top and bottoms in the United fan base?
Oh, 100%. Like that, we had people write a letter to keep Eric Ten Hag the summer after we won the FA Cup. Do you understand how crazy that is?
Hey,
only for him to get fired in October. What are we smoking? Honestly, like I could not believe when I saw that.
Damn, our guy's done a petition for Madueke, and as much as I'm saying, look, live your truth. I understand sometimes it's hard. You might feel that you're in a dictatorship, and you know, I wouldn't have done that. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's not the kid's fault, innit? You know, have a go at Arteta, because I call him Mikel Bin Laden. I think he's an absolute terrorist. I'm sorry. I know I don't mean to say it. I don't mean to try and poke fun at anything. I just think his attacking is inverted. I mean, I don't know how you feel about Amorim. You know, if he gets the right players for the system, do you feel like it will click?
I think so.
I think so. I think so. If you get the right players, though, as well, I feel like you guys really need to box smart, similar to Arsenal.
Yeah,
similar to Arsenal.
Definitely.
Look here. Big up Dio. He said, make no mistake about, like I said, Dio is his biggest fan. But like I said, he might cook for you guys. He might cook, and then there'll be plenty of people saying, ah. But like I said, as
a fan, obviously, prove me wrong, right? Like, I would want someone to do well when I'm being a little bit critical. Prove me wrong, please, because that means we're winning. So
exactly. And people seem to think that I, you know, hate my team or hate the manager more than I want us to win. That is not the case. Right. If I'm wrong, even with Madueke, it means that Arsenal's winning. We're doing something right. So, and the same, exactly the same for you. By good, don't mean challenge for the league, but they'll upset someone that is challenging for the league. Yeah, of course. I think they can do that anyway with no Europe. Like I said, if you can just add 1 or 2 more, like even if you don't go mad with the numbers, if you get 1 or 2, but they're, like I said, they're T-bones. Yeah, if you get 1 or 2, but they're T-bones, like the 2 that you've got already, I think you guys will be a problem next season. I really do. There we go. Question to Sky: Benjamin Tesco or Ollie Watkins? Obviously, you guys have come in late. I think she kind of alluded. I mean, who would you prefer
out of those 2? Watkins. Yeah. But that's a relevancy bias for me, you know, because I watch Ollie Watkins more than I watch Sesko. You know?
And at the end of the day, you know, a lot of fans want to talk about Prem proven and all the rest of it. He ticks all of those boxes at the end of the day. There is no settling in period or anyone needing to put his arm over their shoulder. And that's what I was saying about Sesko to Arsenal. I think with you guys, though, it's a little bit different, but There you go, Watkins. Big up Hendo. Waha and Top Mutant Arteta sexuals will wax lyrical about Hoyland to defend their Messiah. Yeah, if we was to get Hoyland, if we actually got him in, then there'll be loads of videos talking about how good he is all of a sudden and things like that. That's what our fan base do. I don't know if your fan base do it, but I know our fan base do it. Like they do it. Like they do it more than anybody. You know what I mean? Really embarrassing.
I don't understand because, like, what has Arteta done to garner such respect? That to me is what I don't understand.
Speak it. Because as a rival, sometimes I tell my subscribers, you know, Arsenal fans, because we argue between each other, and then people just say, "Oh, he's a top gooner," or "He's a bottom gooner," and they just dismiss it. When you hear it from a rival, there's no horse in the race. Do you know what I mean? You know, so well, unless you're just bantering, but if you're being honest, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. What has he done?
Yeah,
one FA Cup in 6 years.
And let's not talk about what Maresca's done at Chelsea.
Oh, let's not talk about what Ten Hag has done at you guys in that time. Oh my God, it's horrible. Big up Wahaha. He is a United fan. Big up Wahaha. He's saying yes. Talking. Yes. He said Oba signs for Marseille. Good for him. He's still kicking ball at this age, man. And he's probably scoring goals as well. That's the thing. Amobat, if I've said that right, sounds like a 50p Audi toilet cleaning product.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, AFC. Damn, bro. Cunha too optimistic for that United team. Yeah, they wasn't ready. But like, I really like it, but they need that. They really do.
Oh, we do. You don't understand. I need that for my mental sanity.
and don't sleep on Mbeumo, man. You know, he's like Juggernaut out of X-Men. You know, when my beard was like that, they used to call me Mbeumo. Do you know what I mean? It's not as bad as that anymore, you know? Not as bad as that. 3, 4, 2, 1. Big up Dio. Big up, man. And big up Mug. I hope I've said that. I've butchered your name. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say Dan. Hello, guys. Thanks for the updates. I'm new here. If Man United sign Sesko and Donnarumma, it will be great news. I think that's good. I'm not going to lie. I do. I think you guys' situation and ours is different. I know you guys might want Watkins. And I think probably Watkins, I don't know, that probably would be the better signing. But if you do get Sesko from Newcastle and sign Donnarumma, now we cooking. I mean, how would you feel with that?
I'm okay with that.
Good with that, yeah. Good with that, no problem. I don't know who wouldn't be. You know, Donnarumma, arguably the best keeper in world football, arguably. You know, so yeah, man, big yourself up. Big up Dan. I'm just gonna call you that. Thank you for passing through. Make sure you subscribe to both me and Sky. Show her all the love in the world. Dio saying, I think United have been scammed by Amorim. Let's see what happens. We will have to wait and see, but you know, we know. Like I said, he got a free hit last season. This will be the season to see, but I don't know. I think he'll probably get the full season. To be fair, I don't think he'll get sacked midway through. But that's just me. What do you think?
I don't think you understand. Like we've gone, I think. It's been a while since we've won, I think, even 2 games in a row, 2 to 3 games in a row in the Premier League. So
the pressure's even
higher. We are in the trenches. I don't think people get how poor we've been. Like he has to win games. We cannot go another season with these 4 or 5 game losing draw streaks. Like it can't happen.
I mean, the only thing that you've got, which I think is a slight advantage at the moment over Arsenal as well. I'm saying that, but Arteta has actually proved me wrong this year because every year he seems to change the way he plays. And that's what I was hoping for this season because of how bad I think we played last season. Whereas Amorim seems very locked in. They're both kind of similar, stubborn guys. Do you know what I mean? Stubborn guys. So I think that you kind of got that in your corner. You know, he isn't going to keep changing the formation at least. But one thing I have noticed is that he kind of changes the personnel a lot in these positions. Do you think he's going to continue with that next season?
It depends on. I think it just depends on injuries, really. Like if people are getting hurt, you know, that's. I think that's the thing that kind of messed him up a bit too, is people were getting hurt, and then because you know Ahmad was cooking a bit, and then he got hurt, so then he's like, okay, what am I going to do in the 10? And he starts throwing Mount and Bruno, and it starts going crazy. So
Mainu even,
yeah.
Crazy. No, man. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, because like I said, it will definitely keep the formation. Hopefully, you can kind of get, you know, your regular starting 11. Like I said, man, watch out for United. I'm kind of having you guys as my little dark horse because
Don't believe that. Don't let him give you the prop on that, guys. Just
not Amarim, not Amarim. I don't know. I've just got a feeling in my fingers, a feeling in my toes. If you know, you know. Wet, wet, wet. Yeah, I ain't gonna sing it because I can't be asked. My throat's hurting me today. Right? You normally get a little bit of a cappella, but I don't know. I've just got a sneaky feeling. Just without Europe, if he can get it right, if you get the right pieces, man, it could be. I'm not saying top 4. Like I'm just saying like. Even like a top 6, even like
I hope so. God, I hope so.
I believe it. I believe it just a little bit.
I've joined this club and I felt his pain, so anything would be nice.
You know what I mean? I'm seeing negatives from Arsenal, like in terms of I wanted you to change how we played and we didn't. So we'll have to wait and see. But look, I am aware that I've kept you over an hour. I am aware that your time is precious. Thank you ever so much. Big up Dio. He said he subbed to you as well. Big up Dio, man. 18 likes. Big up Kwaja. Make sure all of you guys go over and sub to my guest. We will have to do it again soon, as soon as we can. I've really enjoyed it. United lost their philosophy with Ferguson retiring. Sometimes I still get the impression some United fans are scouting players for a Ferguson team. Point. Really? Okay. And I think Arsenal's lost it because even now, when someone says, "What's your," I don't know what it is. Long ball, Stoke. Like, I can't tell you. So at least you guys, may have a little.
That's the thing that I struggle with sometimes with speaking to United fans that have been like that's their whole life, because I'm coming at it with a different perspective, which I think is great.
Yeah.
But like I don't have an attachment to that. So I'm like, let's do something else. Like let's be something different. Whereas I think they're so used to what won back then, but football's not the same, obviously. So like that's a great point, because I feel like if that was working back then, obviously you're going to be like, well, why can't we just figure it out and, get something similar to that? And I'm like, well, it might not work like that, So I hear it for sure.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, great question as well, or great point, I should say, to Dio. Big up Juju as well. Just seeing you there. Sorry it's taking me so long. I always they call me Uncle Views because it takes me ages to get to my chat.
But like that's so important. And I always like get so sad when people don't do that, because like that's your support. You know what I mean? Like you have to
it is, and I always feel so bad. I mean, it's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
When we have these one-on-ones, I like to let my guest talk and kind of hear from the guest, and then kind of get into the chat. Maybe I need to change the formula. You guys let me know. Dio saying, don't listen to this Views brother on Sesko. You can't see the vision. What you want to know about Sesko, Miss Sunshine? Well, hey, if you got anything you want to know, Dio's the guy. He watches him religiously. He is the agent for Sesko.
Okay.
Anything you want to know about Sesko?
No.
No, but we will see. I think you guys will get him over Newcastle, and I just think it's bad on Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? His wages at Newcastle could be bad, to be honest. I don't know. But listen, I've held you up enough. Big up Sunshine, man. We are going to redirect you over to SB and Catch over on the catch up. So make sure you go over there and say Views Raid. What have you got coming up, man? Any shows coming up? Anything to look forward to?
Yeah, so we actually played tonight a preseason match. So we were playing Bournemouth, and so I'll be doing a watch along for that. So if you want to hang out, we have a lot of fun. So if you want to hang out with us while we're doing that, it's probably going to be late for y'all. I think it's like 2:30 a.m. So
no, we got
won't be awake, but
yeah, we got you'll be surprised. There's a lot of zombies. They'll come over and watch. Man. And you can catch me back tomorrow 12:30 for the Arsenal Tottenham North London derby in pre-season. We are doing the watch along for that as well. But listen, thank you ever so much, man.
North London derby pre-season?
Yeah, pre-season in Hong Kong. Arsenal.
What?
Yeah,
that's tomorrow.
Yes, and hopefully
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, hopefully, and we're doing the watch along 12:30 UK time. So please come and join me for that. You know what I mean? The last couple of watch alongs have been quite good. So again, we have fun as well. Big up, man. Really enjoyed this, man. Hopefully we can do it again. I will be in contact. Thank you ever so much, man. Listen, everyone, get over to the catch up. Let's say Views Raid. Make sure you're subscribing to my guest, and we'll see you again tomorrow, people. Big up, man.
Bye. Thank you.
Peace.